Okay, I got to tell you my Joann story. Now, how's this look? Joann, how's this look? This is my Joann story. And Joann, I think I like Joann the most. I like Joann and I like Allison. And, here's my Jesus Joann story. Hey, Jude. Hey, Jude. See, see what I did? Okay, hey, Jude. Okay. Joann is probably one of my most nonverbal girlfriends I've ever had. Hey, Jude. And so, which is real interesting because I'm probably the most, hey, Jude. Okay, so okay, the joke didn't work. Okay, next year, Joann, I'm doing this little Fibonacci, telling my mule shoe story. You might have to tell the story when I was baptized with Jesus, and then you might have to tell the story where, like, you know how I said I may send you some documents, and you didn't take that seriously because you're like, John, you just always, I gotta go, and you're like, no, no, and I said, really, I said, hey, dude, remember that time I was in San Francisco, and I was like, hey, Joann, I may send you some documents. Those are my court documents, and I didn't want them, lost or stolen or ignored. Remember that? Now, Joann, I know you're probably going to ignore this, so I got to tell a little bit of the story, make it a little funny, and you also need to go tell Fred Locker in Muleshoe, I'm going to punch him in the face. Okay? And for real, Joann, like, remember that time? Okay, here's my Joann's story. Who do you call to bail you out of jail? And that's a very important question because life will hand you these situations, lemonies. Get it? See what I did there? Life will hand you lemonies, and you have to make lemonade. Well, life will hand you situations where you will literally have to call somebody like, listen, don't lose these court documents. It's very important. And I've had that moment. I've also been baptized like Jesus. I think Jesus baptized me. Okay, and Joann, who's nonverbal, will back that up. And then third, she's in like, yeah, I bounced him out of jail. So here's the story. I'm in a Littlefield jail getting bounced because Texas 2503 doesn't yet exist. But if you send me $1 million, I can get it in the code for $1 million. PayPal me at Americano417@gmail.com. Having problems with custody, then you can have your own law. So I'm going to lobby for Texas 2503 to be written. Wait, it's already there, but no refunds. No refunds. All right, so Joann, remember that time I called you and I had one person to call, one person. I said, who the fuck is going to come through for me? I didn't call family members. I called Joann. And Joann bailed me out of jail. I spent the night, spent 23 hours, and eventually I'm going to have to sue Littlefield for violating Texas 2503 and federally protected statuses, and I'm going to sue them for $23 million because you can't throw a guy in jail because he's trying to see his children. And if you looked at my blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I'm going to sue Littlefield for $23 million, federally protected status, Texas 2503. Same thing I'm going to sue Muleshoe for, except I'm going to sue Muleshoe for $58 million. So, Joann, here's the thing. You bounced me out of Littlefield. And that's the thing I want to say is, Joann, there was a time in my life when I called only you because I knew. And when she got there, she was the face of Jesus to me. Sometimes you'll see Jesus through your friends. Sometimes God will show you Jesus. Joann bounced me out of jail, and we went to, I think it was a McDonald's. And the most nonverbal human being I've ever met has said some of the most salient Jesus lines to me. And she said to me, she's like, John, I didn't know a lot of things, but I knew you were going to get out today. And the way she said it just nourished my fucking soul. So, Joann, I'm calling you again. You need to go tell Fred Locker. I'm going to punch him in the face. I don't know his number. And tell him Jonathan Fibonacci is praying Micah 6:8 over his ass, and he's punching you in the face. You're like, what? I'm like, yeah. There you go. Joann, don't ignore this. And thank you for bouncing me out of jail. Thank you for watching me get baptized because I have a witness. And you're going to have to tell me that story someday. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it, Joann, because You're going to go tell Fred Locker I'm going to punch him in the face because I got to pay back Allison and my mom. And I think you. Haven't you given me like a couple? And then Heidi. And then every person who's given me money on this journey, I'm going to give them a 20% return. Hey, Jude. Joann, don't ignore this. Find Fred Locker, tell him I'm going to punch him in the face, and do whatever you did to bounce me. Go do that. You may have to drive to Muleshoe. Texas 2503 is really, really important. You guys be good.